review of some of the healthcare curriculum resources available in Atlas. And then we're going to spend the bulk of the time in breakout groups, kind of by region, but whatever region you choose to join. COVID has given us, a lot of challenges, but also some great new opportunities. So while we can't meet in person by region, we can talk about how to work across those geographic regions, and we'll still break out into those regions for an extended discussion. So right now, if you go into the link in the chat, you can fill in your name as it appears in Zoom and your role in whichever region that you want to join for the breakout portion. So this is really important to do right now, please, so Patsy can sort you into the breakout rooms that will happen in just a bit.
People are joining as we speak, so that link is good. Yeah, so go ahead and head in there and I'll get you sorted out. Thanks.
Yeah, we might have to remind people if they come into the session late too, so we'll have to keep an eye on that so we can get them into a room. I hope it's not too much of a hassle for you, Patsy.
Not at all. We'll figure it out.
Very good. Do we want to move forward or do we need to pause here for a little while longer?
I think it's fine to go ahead. People will just continue to add their names. So again, you've been directed to a Google Doc, and if you'll head to that document, I see about 11 people in there, but there are 25 of you in the room, so not everyone has done it yet. Go ahead and go in there and put your name under the appropriate region, and we'll get that going. In the meantime, we'll let Mag and Callie tell us.
Let's just review the goals of what we're trying to get done this hour. So Callie and I were asked to facilitate a networking session, and we're given these big goals that we're going to try to chip away at. And these goals were developed, my understanding is they were developed by the Professional Development Adult Careers Pathways Group. So they're going to be ongoing goals for professional development, is my understanding.
Okay, our first goal is to share locations and deliveries of healthcare instruction across Minnesota ABE to avoid duplicating services and allow for collaboration across regions.
We also want to share any curriculum and materials for healthcare adult career pathways to lessen the burden on individual teachers and programs.
We also want to share about partnerships with employers such as assisted living, care centers, or senior living facilities.
So those are the 4 goals that we are going to try to start to address in this session. Right now, let's take a poll. So there should be a link in the chat. Is your program currently offering a healthcare course or a pathway during COVID? Yes, no, or we're not offering anything yet?
So you should, I'm seeing about half of you have responded. I'll give you a few more seconds here. All right, last chance to answer that poll and we'll see where we are. All right, can you see those?
Yeah, so it looks like about half of you aren't offering anything yet and maybe are interested in getting something started. And a few of you have put things on hold for COVID, which is totally understandable, especially if you're if the course has some kind of a skills portion where it needs to be hands-on. I know that's really difficult. But a lot of you are still doing it. So that's great. We hope that in the breakout sessions, we can learn more about what you're doing.
All right, I'm going to stop those so you can see the screen better.
Okay.
So we're going to.
Okay. So here's we're going to share an example of a healthcare pathway in our program in Sauk Rapids. So what is a career pathway? If you look at the WIOA definition of a career pathway, it starts with an on-ramp course. Just to get started on this on-ramp, it's designed for beginning and intermediate level learners to introduce them to and get them started on a particular adult career pathway program. Sometimes these programs are also called a pre-bridge because it comes before the bridge, but on-ramp is now the preferred term. The next step on the pathway is the bridge course. It's designed to prepare advanced level, intermediate to advanced level learners for entry into and success in a post-secondary level non-ABE training program.
Or maybe non-ABE. The highest level, if you will, is an integrated educated and training course. And this is a service approach that provides adult education and literacy activities that are contextualized and concurrently and contextually with workforce prep activities and workforce training. But it's not always that clear cut. In fact, in our program, we offer an IET, an integrated education and training program that's for a pretty low level learner. It incorporates certification for CPR and in the on-ramp class. And for the highest level IET, it's a college level course that we co-teach.
Okay, so as you can see, we have kind of a bridge graphic here for our program, and we start with our on-ramp for ELs level 3 and up with a CPR first aid course. And that first course introduces human body systems vocabulary, just understanding the human body. And then it culminates in an American Heart Association certification. The course emphasizes English, contextualized for healthcare careers. And we did this largely because our lower level English learners were very concerned about getting their ESL training. And they said, you know, we don't want health, we want ESL. So we really emphasized how the course allows for English language learning through the context of learning about the human body and learning about caring for, maybe caring for children or caring for elderly people. So try to really relate that to their lives. And then the next course I'm teaching currently this fall, and it's a pre-nursing or pre-CNA course that's designed for English level, English language learners that are levels 4 and up. We currently have levels 4 through 6 in the course, and it is heavy in vocabulary, but also contextualized for providing care in a long-term care facility. So it's a pre-CNA course that really focuses on building vocabulary and building the language skills that are needed to work on a team, work as a team as part of, you know, if you were on a CNA in a care facility. This curriculum was developed by Nikki Carson, and I've adopted it for distance learning. So the classes are presented in Zoom, but students also have an online portion through Schoology.
And you found that curriculum in the Atlas Library, right,
That's
Callie?
right. That's right. And if you want any more information, you can also email me, and I can share what I'm using as far as the online portion. So happy to share any information if you're interested.
And then that last course that you see there, the Healthcare Core Curriculum, we are starting to offer in January. It was designed by Health Force Minnesota, which is a Minnesota State or a MnSCU Center of Excellence. And they require it to be taught by someone who meets the technical college requirements for teaching nursing assistant. Those requirements are set out by the state of Minnesota. So This means that an instructor needs to be an RN and needs to have recent experience in a long-term care facility. And Callie doesn't meet those requirements, even though she has worked in a long-term care facility previously. But we're meeting this requirement by partnering. In fact, we're co-teaching this with Bethany Tollefson at St. Scholastica. The healthcare core curriculum is offered at a lot of state colleges and technical colleges, and we're really quite excited that we can now offer it at ABE. It's delivered on a Schoology platform. There are 4 hours of homework for students in Schoology each week for a length of 16 weeks, just like the tech colleges are set up. And we also have 64 hours of sync time where Callie will be in a Zoom room on Friday mornings from 8:30 to 12:30 teaching live lessons, but those will also be recorded so students can replay them or just look at them later if they're not able to attend on Friday morning. When students successfully complete the course, they can earn 4 credits at numerous state tech colleges. Some of the colleges will require that they enroll during a set period of time, or we can work towards establishing an articulation agreement, or the student can request credit for prior learning when they enroll at the tech college, and they can present the college with a transcript that we'll create upon completion of the class. So because we're doing all of this on in Zoom and on a Schoology platform, we can take students into that class from across the state. So if you have a career pathway that you've already been developing and maybe it's getting students up to that point, you might want to consider referring them to this course, Healthcare Core Curriculum. And these are the requirements for the students to enter the class. They need to be advanced level ESL or a level 4 ABE reading level. They need to be prepared to work on Schoology and do homework assignments about 4 hours per week. And the course starts in January 15th. In the participant folder for this session, we've created a flyer if you care to share it with any of your students. And there's also a referral letter that explains more of the details about referring a student and repeats some of this information that I'm giving you now. And you can feel free to share that with any other WIOA partners that you have as well. We get a lot of referrals through our career force partners for out of school youth in particular, and adult WIOA participants as well. Hey, Julie, I don't know if your mic is live right now, but is it true that if a student completes college credits, they can still turn on their financial aid, even if they don't have their high school diploma yet?
That is a college local decision.
Okay.
If they use ability to benefit, they do not have to have it. That's correct.
Got it. Got it. So this might be another opportunity for students. And again, we can help you navigate with your local campus to see what we can work out for that too. Does anybody have any questions about that right now? Not seeing any questions. Then we'll keep moving along.
Okay.
Somebody is asking about the clinical portion of the CNA. What we are thinking will happen with our students is they will complete this classroom portion, right? The healthcare core curriculum counts for the classroom portion, and then they will need to go to one of the local providers in our area. The tech college teaches the clinicals. You can take clinicals through a local nursing home, and Red Cross also offers that. So we are not going to do that. And Saint Scholastica, our partner, does not offer that open to the public. You have to be enrolled in their nursing program to do that through them. So there are plenty of opportunities out there. I don't know how they are doing that now with COVID restrictions, but yeah, good question. So yes, they'd be done with the classroom portion by taking healthcare core curriculum and then find a local provider to take the clinical portion of the training for CNA.
And I'll just add too that in our local area, they are desperate for CNAs. And so our current large provider, CentraCare, which is the largest provider of healthcare services in our area, has a CNA track that someone could become employed, get paid, and they would actually train them to be a CNA. And so this would work well with that because they could come in and say, I've completed the classroom portion. All I have left is the skills portion. And then they could potentially be hired by that employer. They would have to go through that hiring process as if they were getting a regular CNA job, but it'd be CNA training. It would be specifically designed for that. So that's in our area though. You'd have to see in your area what they have.
Good point, Callie. So Julie is going to talk for a minute about to address the goal of locations and deliveries of healthcare instruction. So we try to avoid duplication of services and allow for collaboration across the regions.
Yes, thank you, Meg and Callie, and welcome everyone to this sunny Friday morning. And COVID or the pandemic kind of pushed adult basic education services to the online environment, and that's had its challenges, but it's also had its benefits in reaching learners that had issues possibly with transportation and childcare, etc. And so the state adult basic education team has been looking at specifically career focused coursework. And we know that adult career pathways, it's very difficult for a consortium to offer one adult career pathway. And what we're thinking is that we want to open this up so that they are no longer geographically based and that people can access these courses across the state, across the region, across consortium, and enroll learners in these specific courses. You just saw, Meg and Callie just gave a great example of what they're going to be offering that some consortia cannot offer. But they might have a learner who's very interested in it and can connect them to this training. So we're trying to develop ways to make that easy for teachers, instructors, and managers to know which classes those actually are. And so I'll be turning this over to Jenny Schluckebier, and she'll show you how to mark these types of classes in SID so that you can run a report and you can look at which classes across the state are willing to accept learners from anywhere across the state. And these are going to be considered open classrooms, and they have to be career focused of some sort. So I will turn it over unless Meg or Callie had anything to add to that.
I will say that I think managers are probably going to have some questions about who counts hours, right? And how all of that will work. And, I think a lot of those things are yet to be worked out, but with the foresight of the state staff and the advising committee saying that hours don't really count this year, right? Because we're going to count the
Yeah.
previous year. We just
Yeah.
want to find the best way to serve our learners, and we'll work out those bumps along the way.
Along
We've
the
got a year
way.
to figure it out, really.
It's a good time to pilot this, an excellent time, actually. Yeah.
Great.
So take it
I'm
away, Jenny.
sorry.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am just going to talk you through some things you can do in SID that will allow you to show the classes that you have in your program that could be available to others because you're offering them online and they fit the bill that Julie just described as being career focused and available online. So, and you're going to want to, if you have classes like this that in your system already that you want to make available to other students from anywhere around the state, you will need to tag those classes in SID. And then on the other side, if you are interested to see what kind of classes are available all over the state, there'll be a report then that you can run that will show you these types of classes. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, I have a few screenshots on here. They look a little fuzzy, but I think you guys should all know, should we recognize these screens? So on the left, if you have a current class already in SID that you think fits this guideline, it meets online and it is career focused, you can edit that class by going to the class summary screen, and that's what you see on the left. And click the little edit box on the bottom with a red square around it. And the next screen that'll pop up is the one on the right. And this screen on the right also is very similar to if you're making a brand new class. So if you're making a brand new class or if you're editing a current class, you will find all the various tags on the right-hand side where it says hotline content. There are all the kind of basic contents of classes that ABE offers. And then scroll down a little bit and you'll see the one that has the red box around it called the Career Focus Open Statewide. And if you click that and assign it a check mark and then click save, then now the class will be listed on the statewide report as one that students can attend from all over the state. Okay, so then we'll go to the next screen. So that past screen will show you how you would tag classes in your system to let other people know that you have these available to them. Now, if you are curious and you want to see which classes are available around the state, you can go to the report tab. So on your SID screen on any page, you will see the report tab at the top where it says report in the red square. And then you scroll down, this page is really long, has a bunch of reports. Scroll down near the bottom is a brand new report we created called Career Focused Online Classes, Open Statewide, kind of a mouthful. Click on that and just like any other report in SID, it'll just pop up and it'll run. And you can see an example here. I ran this report this morning and there's already 1, 2, 3, I think there's 7 classes listed that, that are available currently, and the programs who offer them have tagged them that they are available. They're online and they're the type of class that any person who's eligible throughout the state should be able to attend. Now this screenshot I have here kind of cuts it off a little bit, but if you scroll to the right, it has contact information for the program managers where that class is located. So then you can contact that program and work out with them how you might then enroll your student into those classes. Okay, and also like other SID reports, there's a date range. So you would put the date range of when you're looking for classes to be active. So it'll default to today's date with an end date of next July, but you can change that. If you want to look for classes maybe that don't start until December or something, you can alter that. And then we also have a little search box that we leave open, but if you want to search just a keyword like parapro, so you can unclick that null, type the word parapro, and only classes with that word in the name of the class would appear. But right now it looks like you probably just want to run the whole thing and see what's available around the state. Any questions? And if you go to SID right now and run this, you'll see these. And there may even be more if any programs have added check marks to their classes, which they've made available. Okay, I think that's all I have.
Jenny, there was one question about, is the document lists the steps can be shared with others? And we discussed that, and I think anyone who has worked in SID would know how to do this.
Yeah, I think Yes. I made a little document that I could email anybody who wants it, but this is, if you edit a class and click the button, that's pretty straightforward. And Mary just sent out an email, or Julie, didn't you send out an email with that had a few screenshots on it?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So that email should be available that you could probably forward on to anyone.
Yeah.
And this here presentation, I believe, is saved and recorded.
Yeah,
Okay, Heather, if you want to email me, I can shoot you an email. Sounds good.
Meg here again. I'm impressed by the number of classes that have already shown up because kind of pushed you guys to get that together. I'm just amazed at how fast you did all of that, Jenny. And I think it's a great opportunity as a manager when I look at this and I think about our students. It's like, oh, now I can go and look at what time those classes meet. So if I have a student who says they want nursing assistant prep and they're, you know, working days and only, you know, I can try to figure out something that will really work for that student. And then I could still potentially bring them into our computer lab and help them access that class or just provide that support for the student, you know, at our local program while they're actually taking a class through another instructor across the state. I think it's just so cool.
Yeah.
And I guess we're moving on. We have another poll, Patsy.
We do. Just a moment. Let me pull that up.
Okay. So as a way for Heather to know how much time she should spend talking about the curriculum that's available, click on the link in the chat and tell us in the poll, are you looking for healthcare course curriculum right now? Or do you have something you can share with us?
All right, that poll is up. Go ahead and click your response. And yeah, things are very clear here.
Right? Nice.
I think you guys can see this too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
go ahead, Heather.
75% are a big yes on that. So I'm going to end that poll.
Oops,
Great. I'm
back.
going to. Hi, all. This is Heather, and I work with Minneapolis Adult Education, but I also do some work with Atlas as a consultant for their Adult Career Pathways group. And I'm going to take a moment so that we can all explore the website for Atlas, which most of us are familiar with, but I'd like to maybe, for lack of a better word, drill down so you can see what some of this curriculum looks like, as well as the curriculum that Callie was discussing in some of her curriculum there. I need to be able to share my screen. So,
okay.
Okay, if you want to, Callie, you're
Sure.
more than welcome to do that.
That's okay.
That's just fine. Two people can't share the screen at the same time. So we go to Atlas ABE. And if you go to the top where it says resources, this is where you're able to find all the different sorts of resources that Atlas provides free to people all over Minnesota, as well as all over the United States. We're specifically looking at the adult career pathways. For those of us, we call them ACPs just because it's easier to say. And you can scroll down just like what Callie is doing. And there are different parts of the resource library that the former consultant Liz Andrus worked so hard to put together. One is course curricula, the other one is ACP development tools, and the development tools might be more for managers, but the career pathway curricula is probably more for us teachers. We can click on healthcare, and you will see there is a list of all sorts of curricula that have been vetted through Atlas, linked through Atlas, and submitted through people all over the state and the United States. Callie submitted a great resource, and it's called the First Aid in CPR. So you'll click on that, and here is a short description of that curricula that she shared. You can also then click View Resource, and you can go deeper into finding more information about that particular resource. It would really be beneficial before you just decide to use that resource to look at the career field, what type of programming this is, and this is an on-ramp as well as integrated education and training. I think it's important to look at that target student population. Many of the curricula might list a CASA score, some list a TABE score, and it might be the previous TABE, 910. We're in the process of updating that to get it to reflect the current TABE scores that we are using. Again, there's a course description, how long this particular curriculum was developed for, what the curriculum materials use, some pluses, as well as some drawbacks. And these are just the way that we are vetting the program and the curricula. If you look, you can see when it was created, the date. I think it's important to determine, is it something from 6 years ago that might have maybe an updated book or other resources. And then there's the contact person if you have questions about that resource. If you scroll up a little bit more, Callie, you can get a look at accessing the curriculum. So up a little bit more, it says view
right
materials. Yeah, to access the curriculum. Most of the curricula has been shared through Google Docs. Some of the docs are maintained in someone else's drive, so you might have to request information. This is from Callie's class. You can see she's got different units. She has it aligned to standards. She is showing how it connects with St. Scholastica. This is, Callie, I'm just saying kudos to you. This is a really well-developed course that you have with a single set of learning objectives and such. It is really a great way to highlight the curriculum that is out there.
Thank you.
There are other different curricula. I really recommend you spend some time looking in there. They could be at a high level, at a low level. I think that EMT is at a high level, so that might be what we call that integrated education and training.
There you go.
Because it is for a higher level learner. If any of you, and I'm looking at you, all of you in this presentation, if you have a curriculum, it's not time to be humble and think it's not good enough to share. We do really well at sharing in Minnesota, and I would like to ask you to please share any curricula, or if you know of a colleague who has curricula, please share that with me or send a message to me somehow. It's really important because this is what I think we excel at in Minnesota ABE, at sharing and collaboration.
I agree.
So thank you for letting me share with you what we have in our library.
Thank you. Okay, whoops. Let me go to the next one. So now it's time for our breakout groups. And you'll need to access the notes for this in the Google Doc. It should be in your chat.
And so I've created 4 groups based on what you all responded here. There are 2 metro groups, randomly assigned metro people, and then 1 for the south and 1 for the north. If you are in that notes doc, if you're not yet, you'll want to be in that. And Astra just chatted that out again. What I need to know, Mag and Kelly, is how much time you'd like them to spend in those groups. And then I can send people off.
It looks like the groups aren't too big. So we've got, what do we have left here? 10, 25 minutes. So maybe if we do 13 minutes in the groups.
Okay. I will do that.
Right.
I'll actually give you 11 minutes with a 2-minute warning because people, you don't want to be cut off mid-sentence. So we'll do that. And then the only person I don't know, Kate, Kate, let me grab your last name here. If you're still in the Kate Tusha, I don't know where you would like to go. If you can just put your name somewhere, and then
I registered
Amanda.
I have a different, my Zoom name is not correct. This is my Fingerkick account, so it just pops up as the wrong name, but I'll put it in the chat. Or in the Google.
Thank you. And then just tell me which group to put you in. And then Amanda, I have you in Metro. Is that accurate for you? you can use the chat. Otherwise, if you're not in the right group, there's a question mark at the bottom of your screen that'll pop up to get some help or ask the fearless leader in your group to help us out. All right, I'm going to put you in groups and we'll take it from there. You will need to just hit a join button, and these questions that they have are also in the document that you'll need to access, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you,
Patsy.
Patsy. All right, so we're going to. So
as
Patsy,
people
I'm
are
with
joining. Callie, I put you in.
Might need.
You just need to hit join for North. Did that not?
Yeah,
Do you
so.
see how to do that?
Okay, just a second here. Join.
And then Kate, tell me where to put you. You can just use the chat.
And
yeah,
you're
in the metro.
You're in Metro? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just in the interest of keeping groups even, I'm just gonna choose one. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, I'm gonna put you in Metro 2. All right, see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
okay. This is embarrassing because I do not see anywhere to join.
Oh, okay, hold on. I can help with that.
I'm looking, I'm clicking. And I'm wondering if it's because I'm sharing my screen. Should I stop sharing my screen? Maybe it would pop up.
Yeah, stop sharing. Kate, sorry, it's giving me a little grief here. Hold on a
Okay,
second.
there we go. Okay, bye.
All right, now do you see? Okay, great. And I'm trying hard to get you into the right room, Kate. Hold on there.
That's okay. I'm seeing
Fine to
something.
Metro 1. Here we go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Pat.
Did you want to go in a group? I didn't assign you.
No.
Okay. You're welcome to, and you're welcome not to. That's fine.
I was just wondering, well, I guess you probably won't know. I should probably ask Meg this, if they want me to stick around in case there's questions at the end or anything.
I mean, I suppose, if you have time and you don't mind just hanging
Yeah, I
for
mean,
a little
I can.
bit.
I might just
Obviously, you can do other things.
probably,
in the meantime.
how long are they in a breakout room? Like 15 minutes or so or something?
Yeah, even less. I think I put it at
Okay.
13 and it's already a couple minutes in. So,
Okay.
and this
Yeah.
whole session's over at 10:15, so it won't be more than 20 minutes for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
All
I'll
right,
just kinda-
thanks for joining us. That was really helpful. People had more questions than I thought they would.
Good.
So I'm still here if you need anything. I do see Susan Alt. I don't think her audio is collected. She joined twice, which makes me think she was in once on her phone and once on her laptop, which people do. So.
And certificates as a possible level gain. Our other WIOA partners get to count that, but for adult basic education, they've only been counting acquiring a GED. And we say we offer a lot more than that. So that's in the works. And I agree with Meg. Measurable skill gains important, but it doesn't impact your funding.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then
Now
there's a little
the
bit
rest of the
more.
notes.
Yep, sorry about that.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for coming. And it was really great to meet some of you.
Just
American
a couple
Indian
announcements.
OIC, if you guys want to talk about doing anything more, I'm happy to, or I know Heather would be too. but we'd love to get you guys connected in with some of the other teachers to offer your students some more healthcare classes. Thanks, everyone.
Well, and speaking of staying connected, a couple things to know. On December 3rd, there's a co-teaching webinar that Astrid already chatted out the information to. You can register for that one now. February 23rd, we're doing another ACP webinar on employers and career force. Registration isn't up for that yet, but it is coming up, and you can save the date in your calendars. December 3rd, though, go ahead and register for that one. And then right now, in just a few minutes, there is an Adult Career Pathways coffee break. So grab some coffee. You have about 10 minutes to come back. And Heather Turngren, who was with us earlier today in this session showing us the ACP library, will be hosting just an informal coffee break, a way to continue these conversations in a more informal setting so that you can continue the good work all over the state.
Okay.
Thanks,
well,
Patsy.
Thank you. Here's some Endnotes. Have a lovely weekend. The webinar will be recorded and posted on the Minnesota ABE PD, and the materials are available in your materials folder. Thank you for attending. Stay safe and have a lovely weekend.
And just a reminder that those CEUs are at the end of the day. Fill out your eval and you can download your own CEUs. Thanks, everyone. And thank you to Mag and Callie.
Our
and we
pleasure.
Have tell us what we're looking at, Mag.
It's my turtle. Bye.
Favorite part of the day. Yeah.
There we go. Off.
And boom. Yep.
Great to see you all.
Thank you for that. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
you guys.
Callie,
Great job.
I'll see you at the coffee break, okay?